How's everybody feeling today? I'm Zen, there's you. Make sure everything's set up properly here. And we'll wait till some people show up, see what the audio's looking like. Because I was going to start the show earlier. But where I was, it was a little windy, and I don't know if it's catching the wind over here. So we'll see. Yeah, what's going on? Out here at City Park, just kicking it. And I had a few different talks I wanted to do. One on technology and the rebooting of society. And then there's this song I've been really digging. It's called Kerosene. And thus the title of this show. It says, pour me another kerosene. Because the poison tastes good to me. I find not enough people explore poisons. I mean, they do. They think the things that are poisonous are healthy. Things that are actually healthy, they find poisonous. Like, people don't like bitter substances, but bitter is your medicine, and it's very good for you. What's up, Suntoke? Chilling, man. I took off. Oddly enough, I don't go off for amateur hour. Explanation: I don't party on New Year's, and I don't party on St. Patrick's Day, St. Patty's. I party the day before. I party somewhere around there. But I went out for a parade last week, and I partied the day before, because I know it's gonna be so much of a shit show that I don't want that I'll get sucked into the mess and mass of ridiculousness, which I can do on my own just fine. So yeah, so I did not. I kicked that at home yesterday. What? What's up, Skull? Hey, Pantagy. I don't know what this one is. So is that like the G of panties or something? Oh, nice, Sunto. Nice. Yeah. Almost there you go. The morning glories. That's a lot, and it depends on how good the seed. That's a ton. Like, a decent dose is like what, 20 to 40. It's like LSA in it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you almost did. See, almost is. There's either doing or not doing. Christopher Lee, you're in the hospital. What's everybody in the hospital for? Man, everybody. See, just recently, I'm sitting there all bedridden because I'm hungover, because I'm an asshole. So I drink and I'm hungover. So I got to deal with that. And then everybody's calling me because they have other like real life problems going on. I'm like, Jesus, why do people only call me when I'm all hungover? And I'm like, I can't really help you today. Like, my brain is not on 100%. So I had a bunch of people call me with like different problems, and I was like, talk to me tomorrow. Talk to me when I'm better equipped with my brain. Yeah, man. Hey, Suntoke, you should have enough healing energy in you from all the extra morning glory seeds. You could probably throw Reiki energy thousands and thousands of miles at this point, huh? Yeah, life is to be expended. That's the point of it. You live it. Oh, you spouted them. Ah. What's up, Carson? You broke your hip. Why did you do this? Yeah, I can send him some mercury. See, people think of mercury as poison, yet it's in so much medicine. It is literally the balance point of all of reality. It's in all of Ayurvedic medicine. They mix it with gold. People downplay the power of the Mercurians, the Mercury ones. Hey, Skull, there you go. That's what I'm talking about, man. Good days. Yeah, I only play them occasionally, but because I play them so infrequently, when I do, I know I'm gonna win, and I usually do. I mean, it's not much. I'm not winning. You know, I put $1 down, I might win $5. One, I might win 2. Who cares? But I do it so infrequently. but it's like I just know, okay, today I'm playing because I feel good. You know, you got to get in that spirit, that mode, and that feeling of winning, and then you'll get it. Ooh, oh, that's right. That's right. You up in the cold, snowy weather. I kind of, it doesn't. It's 85 degrees here today. That's why I have to be underneath this tree because it's too hot out there. It's the first day it's been like really warm, so I have to get reacclimated. It'll take me a couple weeks. Is FFS for fuck's sake? Yeah, yeah. The hip, man, that's a tough one, because you gotta. It's such a major point in the body. You know, you have your articulation points, and that's such a major one for it to heal properly. You got to really upgrade. Maybe rose hips might be a good idea. To be honest, rose hips. I'll look into it like for that. Like, you know, you got the big ass femur, and you got the hip, and you got like, yeah, that might be a little work to fix. Ah. You cut it off. You cut the hair off. Yeah, I've considered at least trimming mine, but I talked to my hair many years ago, and I just said, here's how long I want you to be, and it just stays that way. And it you know, and I feel comfortable in it. Like I'll trim this, but I don't see much reason to cut my hair. It goes back into that whole difference between a shaman and a yogi, and how they always shaving their heads. I did a whole video on it if you guys never seen it. One is to restart their, basically to get rid of all karma, because they want to keep recycling and starting anew, where shamans keep all the built up memory so as a learned experience, and I prefer that. I don't prefer the method of I mean, I get every day is anew, but you have to keep your memory through death. You have to keep these. I think there's a reason that your hair and your nails keep growing when you die. Remember the Beatles? Oh, nice. Oh, that's Santo. That's, yeah. The addictions are usually, they're rooted in hair. I've had a couple weird experiences earlier in my life, and my hair. What I did was I just cut my hair to where I thought I had the experience, and then it released shit out of my body. I could tell. That was pretty interesting to do that. And also, like, it's so new to people, like, for people to view you, that they'll give you a different interaction. Not only do you not have the tentacles that are feeling out into the universe anymore, you know, it's like, you know, sometimes you got to burn the field down to get fresh grass. Oh yeah, yeah, but see when they did that to them, it was to cut off their connection to the spiritual realm, right? But when you do it onto your own volition, then it's a super healthy thing. It's like fasting. Like if I fast, it's not because I've been eating shit and I'm drinking too much or whatever. Yeah, that could be part of it, but the reason I fast is because the same reason that, you know, someone would cut their hair. It's something new. It's a different experience. But as long as it's on your own volition, then that's a good thing, you know. Take it onto yourself. You go, oh well, a new book, a new chapter, a new something. Nice, interesting, because you do store up. I mean, think about it. You can, when you take a drug test, they can drug test your hair, right? Because it's a holding shit in there. So, of course, it might be leaking back substances into your body. It could be, at least into your brain, which could be good. It could be bad. It could be whatever. But that's awesome. Good for you, man. Yeah. It does grow back, man. hmm And for some people, sometimes it grows back. It's like a phoenix. Sometimes it grows back stronger and better. Others, you wouldn't want to touch it. You know, like there's some places that because of the age of the trees and what the ecosystem looks like, you wouldn't touch it. There'd be no reason to. But other places, if it wasn't being cared for and it was just growing one type of tree and was always getting sick, you would get rid of it. You just burn it down and start anew. I mean, it's like if you built a bridge and it wasn't firm foundation, knock the shit over and build a new one. Hopefully you guys are hearing me, because the wind, I can't tell where it is. You just gotta let me know where the volume level is. Yeah, my hair, I don't know. I think because I told my hair to stop growing, like this doesn't grow too fast anymore. I can see a couple split ends where I know what's happening there, as the tentacles of the tree are starting to seep into the ground and it grows a little slower. And this, years ago, I was like, you have to stop growing, and it did. I was like, that's long enough. Spirulina. Yeah, there's a couple substances that will help the hair grow. I would assume that would be. I would guess that any type of sprouted seeds would probably. I mean, you'd think of the logic of a sprouted seed, what it's doing. And then there's a couple others that are very rich in. I'm trying to think of the name of the bamboo shoots, bamboo and sugar cane. The way it grows, good shit. Because it has whatever it's silica in it, a lot of silica. Have you ever thought about dreading this? I mean, I'll do some funny shit and just like twist it out, but like, nah, not really. It's not really my style. It's like I never really considered dreading my hair. I mean, I thought about doing a couple, but it's just like I still maintain somewhat of a. I don't know how to. Yeah, it's just too much of a. It's way too much of a commitment. I mean, I just want all my. I'm not that much of a hippity dippity. You know, I'm not. That's just not me. Like I still have my ties and binds and culture and society that, you know, I'm not saying you can't get around with the dreads, but it's a different thing. And once you do it, it's there. You know, it's like that's your thing. Now you dread. Now that what am I? What would I become? I'd become that dreaded white boy. I mean, yeah, there's some dreaded white boys, and I'm just like, oh, why would you do that? And others, and I'm like, oh, that looks right on you. And but it certainly is something to go about doing it, and that's not it's not for me. Because I like a girl's fingers on my scalp in my hair. I like a head rub. Hey, what's up, Amanda? Yeah, silica. What are you doing? What's up, Darko? Why do some men build and others don't? Yeah, I think a lot of it is definitely handed down genetics, but genetics always, people get it confused into genetics are, you're taking on habits of your parents. So you can switch them, like through the years, like if your parents watched this TV, became a Democrat, ate this kind of meal, did all this, it's going to influence how your body develops. And if you changed all of those things, even the sounds that you speak, if you spoke a different language, your face structure would be different. because of where you put your tongue in your mouth, how your muscles, how your bones would. This would all change if you spoke a different language. Even later in life, if you started speaking a different language, everything would start changing. Where your muscles are pulling. I mean, think about just working out. Now, when you're talking about like balding, I think that can be fixed. But then again, there is certain cultures that tends to be, and it could be diet related, or it could just be like perhaps the original, you call them species of people, the different, if they're Roman, if they're Greek, if they're melanated, if they're, I mean, there's different as the bloodlines go deeper and the roots go deeper, there's going to be some certain characteristics that people will keep. I don't know that man. I mean, think about it. Why does some men go bald but women rarely ever do? What's that about? What are women? How are they different that you never find them with the bald spot or the all that? They don't doesn't happen. Is it something in there? Is there the amount of estrogen? Is something else in their diet? Is it because they're producing, there's a lot of reasons. I just don't know what they are. What are you cooking? What are you cooking, Amanda? It could be just a lack of nutrients, but then you got some that get a lot of sun. But I've noticed that most bald guys tend to be fatter. They tend to have a beer gut. There's something that wasn't getting processed perhaps in their. I mean, as I'm thinking about it, it would seem like maybe there's something in their the way they're processing food, right? So if you didn't have the enzymes to process something, if you weren't eating sauerkraut, but you were eating something else, and you get a beer gut, or that's what they call it, a beer gut. But I drink beer all the time. I don't have a beer gut. You get a beer gut because the foods you eat, and the beer is also most of the time not living, so you're not getting the enzymes that would help process the food. Where if you're drinking a living beer, it would process the foods. So I think that might have something to do with it. They're not processing. They're eating the right foods, perhaps, but then they're not getting the enzymes that would break that down to make it bioavailable for the body. Because it does come down to blood flow to the surface of the scalp, because blood flow is going to cause the healing to happen. It's bringing all of the energy, the chi, the nutrition to whatever it is. So if I start scratching and rubbing my head, I'm encouraging blood flow to come here. If you get acupuncture in your skull, if you start to do, you can bring energy to somewhere else in your body. Start rubbing your feet; they'll become warmer. So you're allowing the flow of energy somewhere, and maybe they need their head rubbed. Carson, interesting. Yeah, I'll look into that one deeper. I mean, I'm sure I would just suggest doing oil basti. Just shove some sesame oil, warmed with some turmeric, up your anus. I think that would help out dry skin. I know it helped out years ago when I did a couple, I'd wake up and I'd get the little cracky bones and shit, and I did a couple of those, and seriously, the whole waking up having to crack my knuckles was gone. Right now I can. And my skin was a lot more moist. So oil basti might be the way to go, man. Fish and rice with okra. Oh man, you cooking with okra? I thought that was only a New Orleans delicacy. I mean, South African, but then there's major dishes in South Africa and in New Orleans that okra is the major constituent. The gooey sliminess is really weird, but if you pickle it, I love okra pickled or cooked, but pickled is really good. Yeah, dude, do the oil basti. Sesame oil, turmeric, warm it up, and then leave it up your anus. Leave it in there for the night. Seriously, do it before bed, and you want to try to keep it in there as many hours as you can. It's not like doing an enema, all right? Oh, you got a couple scratchies. Good for you. Get them scratch. Hey, I got myself some vodka and some cola. A really good cola, by the way. It's cane sugar and one of my favorites. Aged urine will probably work. Definitely on the skull for dandruff. Two bottles of bummers. The bummer cider. That's the worst kind of cider. They should never be a bummer. Let me grab some beverage here. Hey, you guys, have a drink with me. What are you doing? Bottle of choice. It still amazes me that this is as cheap as it is. Really can't beat it. Although this last week and a half, because of people coming into town and shit to do, I was drinking beer and wine all week, which is a different kind of, it's a different hangover. I got way more drunker than I have been in a while because I could measure out what I'm doing here, and I know how it's gonna affect me hangover wise. Where once you start doing beers that are all over the map, and then you got wines that have different, it could be different amount of sugar content, and then also people randomly want to do shots. I thought you were gonna say no. See, I was on a little bit of a bender. Not a bummer, a bender. Balmers. That sounds like people from Baltimore and how they say a Balmore, like BAWLMURE or something. Balmer Murdy Land. Oh shit. Oh, woodchuck. Woodchuck's alright. I'm a big fan of cider. Remember how I was telling you guys about how sulfites are really bad for you, and they cause a lot of like, I would tell you I get a rash. Well, funny enough, I'm looking up on Instagram, I get an ad for this company that sells this thing that you pour your wine through, so it removes all the sulfites, and so you don't get a headache and you don't get any of the like weird rash shit afterwards, because it's like a metal and it's no good for your body. The reason they add it is bullshit, but because there's naturally occurring sulfites in red wine, very small amount in white wines. Anyway, so they sell this thing to remove sulfites. It's expensive. It's like more expensive than it's like this cost of the bottle of wine. So it's kind of like, well, maybe just don't put the sulfite in the wine, so I don't have to buy this fucking thing. But yes, anyways, and I was getting at, like, I used to drink cider a lot. I really like cider. A lot of ciders have sulfites added, and that was, that became I would get like flushed and kind of red, and like, what the fuck? I had like an allergy to it. I mean, I don't know how you can have an allergy to something that everybody should probably be allergic to, because I don't know why you'd add heavy metal and sulfites and shit to your body, but. No, Suntoke white wine. It's not even close. Like red wine is like, I don't know how to explain it. Like let's say 10 parts per million versus 100 parts per million. It's that much of a difference. I think it's like perhaps 10 times as much. Like red wine. If I drank a bottle of red wine, of cheap red wine, I think if I drank one bottle to the head, I'd probably end up flushed and kind of a rash, and it'd be no good. Where I could drink a box of white wine, which is like what, 4 bottles. Gin and guava, that sounds good. Yeah, to preserve the flavor. Okay, see, when I say preserve, it's for flavor, not for preservation of the actual alcohol. I mean, because beer will last, I don't know, a couple months before it just starts to decay and how good it is. But, you know, beer should, but here's the thing. I've gotten bottles from some of the greatest breweries ever. I got a bottle from 2005, and this was the year 2012. So it's a 7-year-old bottle of beer. It's called the Dark Lord. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's by the place that does bubblegum head. Three Floyds Brewery. This is one of the best beers on the planet. Like no joke. Like look up rate beer, and it's like a 98. So I think I got like a 2007 bottle, 2008 bottle, and 2012. So it was fantastic. All they did was there was no sulfites added. I think all they did that was different was probably seal the top with wax. Like what's gonna happen? I mean, I didn't taste any decay, and everybody else was like, "Holy shit!" I won a bottle. I walked into a bar and they were having a drawing, and I won a bottle of it was like $200 bottle of the shit, and everybody was like a beer like enthusiast in this town. It was in Indiana, and they were all like, "Holy shit! Can I taste that?" I'm like, "Yeah, fucking." I had no idea. They're like, "Oh my god, it's the Dark Lord sharing the bottle of," and it's fucking fantastic. So yeah, but sulfites, fuck sulfites. You brew beer, then you drink it, and if you're not gonna drink it anytime soon, put wax on the cap. I know, there you go. Drink it by that time. Yeah, red wine, as long as they don't add sulfites, I'm good with it. If I get an expensive bottle of red wine, I got no problem with it because they don't add the shit sulfites. And I love the song too. Red wine. Is it? Hey, Skull, that just happened. Solid Gold by Founders. Yeah, Founders is good. I was just drinking. I was drinking all day IPA. You ever drink that all day? I get the 15 pack of that joint. That shit's good to go, man. Yeah, people. That's the thing is, when people aren't familiar with the little subtle energies that change when you put it into a bowl and you charge it in a crystal bowl, or you put a crystal in it or something. It's if you drink enough and if you know what the crystals do, you'll notice a big difference in the high or the drunk with it. Yeah, enjoy that hangover there, red wine, man. What? To Carlsberg? 2 life-size carved elephants. There's an old shop in New Orleans, and now it's a beer store, but it used to sell rugs, and outside in the front of it, on either side of the door, this is just like it's not a strip mall because it's on the streets, but it's like a row of, a street with a row of shops, and there's 2 giant concrete elephants that probably weigh 2 tons apiece, right in front of the place, and I was always like, it was the weirdest little shop to have these things in front of it. Now it's in front of a beer store, which I find really awesome. Interesting that you say that. Yeah, reprogramming it. Yeah, putting it in a wooden cup changes things. Putting it in a, like the Viking horn, or putting it in glass. I mean, it all changes it. It's very subtle changes, but if you know recharging it. The acorn helmet. Yeah, you gotta wonder how big they were. I mean, because look at how big an auroch was, and look at how they bred out the horns. Look at how big different creatures were that they've gotten smaller in size over the years. They bred the awesomeness out of them. Like, especially like when you see a horse. You ever see the Clydesdales and those giant horses that are just like, that's not even human sized. Ah, nice Ganesha. A piss chalice. Yeah, you better get all that hot sauce out of there, though. Hey, what are you talking about, Suntug? You said people are, I guess you're saying stealing their stuff now? They're broke? So then what stuff? Maybe I missed what you said here. Oh, selling. Okay. Yeah, I just give my shit away. I don't sell it for what? I mean, there's one thing I've considered selling in my house, and it's my couch. That's because I rarely use it, and because I could get a pretty penny for it because it's super nice. But then I'm like, what else would I get? I would just waste it on something else. So it's already comfortable in the space. I might have to move because this sun is starting to give me a glare over here. Oh, certainly. Like if somebody were to buy my couch, do you know how much like juice is on that couch? Do you know how much sweat is on that couch? Like people would probably pay a lot for it if they knew if they knew. Oh, that's so funny. If they knew whose sweat has been on it. You know, if a girl can sell their panties on eBay for a couple $100, then the chicks that I've had on that couch, you could probably sell this couch for a couple 10,000. What does a derby match mean? That means just like they play. You want to buy my Spegma couch? How much would I want for it? Have you seen it? It's my gray one with they're not diamonds, but they're like, it's shiny and there's a really cool pattern on it. It's how much would I really sell it for? I don't know. It's hard to tell because I think I paid maybe like 2,500. But it's still in good condition. Like it's not other than the Fashine sweat and perhaps some of my teams from the same city. Okay. Is that what you'd call it? Is that what you call it? It has a ottoman within it too. Oh, I assumed the football meant soccer. Yeah, I'd have to look at that. I don't know if that would be, if that's what it'd be called, Chesterfield. I might have to move here, guys, because the sun is really killing me right here. Because I don't have to move too far. Just gotta find a good spot for my ass. Where are you? I'd have to ship that to you and everything. That'd be a whole fucking thing, huh? This right here. This is this. I don't think it's a sycamore. I mean, sick. I think because of that. But no, this is an oak, man. Pretty sure this is an oak. Double. I mean, you might know better about these. Let me read the little sign here. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it's the McDonough oak. It's an oak tree. Unless an oak is a sycamore, I don't know how these trees work. You'd lay on my couch? Yeah, yeah. Most people would lay on my couch. For one of three things. for a good nap, some psychological experimentation, or other stuff. Oh, on the tree though? Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of moss on these trees. Not right now. That's fall time, huh? Mr. Mannion, what are you doing? Yeah, there's a little bit on that tree over there, but this one doesn't have so much on it right now. But in back behind me, no, they just filled that in. But there is moss everywhere. So I got this awesome suntan. Then my forehead is now bright white. I don't know if you can tell. And the rest of me has a little bit of a tan. I wasn't paying attention to how nice it was the other day. And my skin was like, melanation, vitamin D. Yeah, buddy. Cracking the beers, dog. I got vodka today. It was more budgetary. It was confined. I've been drinking too much wine and beer. I went out and spent way too much money. Have I been to Latrobe? No. That's another green bottle place, huh? Well, thank you, sir. This is I tend to look like this. Yeah, I like chaga a lot, but I haven't bought any recently because I just, spring's here. Now I'm going to be collecting it right from the sun. Collecting that melon from the sun. What is it? Angel wings? What are you doing? rocking and rolling over here, playing with sticks. Drinking some beers, playing with some sticks. And it's Friday, so I took off yesterday, even though it was festivities for all the green people, the green Martians, the Irish Martians. I took off. I took a break. I had to. I was spent from the week prior hanging out with people. It was like right from Mardi Gras to somebody came into town after Mardi Gras. And I also have to. Sunday is Super Sunday for the Mardi Gras Indians. I'll take you guys out to see the Mardi Gras Indians. If you don't know what the Mardi Gras Indians are, go look up a picture and make sure you come on Sunday. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, chaga is super delicious too. Super good stuff. Sunday's your birthday? Well, happy birthday. Then you get a party. Do you know what the Mardi Gras Indians are? Have you ever seen pictures of them? Like literally their costumes that they wear. Go look up a picture. Look up Mardi Gras Indians and then look up how long it takes to make their costumes. Some of their costumes weigh upward of 80 to 100 pounds, and it takes almost all year for somebody to sew that together. Some of these are like, yeah, some of them they'll reuse them, but others like, they got to fix this little thing. They gotta build a new one. It's a big costume, and it's very funny because they'll come out in the summer when it's 100 degrees wearing this, and I'm just like, wow. Like most people out there, like in bathing suits, you can't even be outside. It's so hot here, and they got the gear on. Then again, most of them are real 100% full-on native, know their tribe. What, you've seen them before? You've seen the Mardi Gras Indians? Oh, Sunchoke. I remember the first year that I moved here, and I moved here in August. And I know this because it was 95 to 102 degrees every day. And I moved in next to a basketball court. And I would go to this basketball court, and I would be there, and there's a tree next to it, thankfully, so we can get some shade in between. And I was playing against people that, I'm not kidding you, were wearing black jeans, some boots, long black shirt, and a winter stocking cap, playing ball in 100-degree weather. And I was just like, where am I? Like, that's not possible. Like, how are you not? I don't even think they broke a sweat. They're exceptionally melanated, but it was still interesting to watch somebody play in upwards, like I'm telling you, like 100 and some degrees, just playing basketball in long black jeans, long black, like sleeved shirt. Yeah, look them up. Yeah, look up the Mardi Gras Indians, man. Well, I mean, it's the if you live in the desert climates where it's 100 and something, they're wearing breathable clothing. They're wearing things that, even though it's long, they're covering their skin, and it's actually cooler. It's cooling them. But no, here they're just wearing a pair of sweatpants and jeans and cotton. They weren't wearing breathable material. Basically, could have had a snowsuit on. Too heating. You gotta stick with the greens and the blues. What's up, light years? What you doing, yo? Yeah, I don't think it was that. No, it was. It's just because I think it's because they had like 2 hours off of work for lunch, and they were probably doing yard variety work. So they had like boots on, and you know, if you're doing tree work and whatever, you don't want trees banging into your legs and everything. The stocking cap I couldn't understand. Body temperature was probably just different. Nice. Guitar time. You real tiny tank tops as small as you can without revealing too much. Yeah, I prefer to be barefooted, but it's still a city, so I've walked around the city barefooted, but people look at me goofy. You know, not that I care, but and it's also there's too many places to stub your toes, too much spilled piss and beers and puke and shit everywhere. So it's not really that. Like obviously in the park I can do that all day, but not in the city. Yeah, they did have Carhartts on too. What? You got a Prince guitar? Ah, man, that's wicked. I've done the barefoot in oh, do you hear this? Oh, there's a porch live music porch fest. You guys want to go listen to porch music? Let me see where they're at. You guys, can you hear it? You guys want to go listen? Let's go find a tree. Come on. Motherfucker, let's go. Come on. Let's see. Let's give it a second, and we got a porch concert. I heard them over here earlier. I couldn't tell if they're having a actual festival, like or if they're practicing. I don't think they're practicing. I don't think they'd be practicing outside. I think they're jamming out. Because it's what, like 3 o'clock on a Friday? We taking this tree. Porch surfing right now. Wicked. Yep. I want to go take this. Mother bitches. Party time. I don't know. Oh, it might be a graduation party or something. Who cares? At least we'll get some music. Here, I'm gonna hold on for it at one of these trees here. I think this one will work over here. How do you feel about that? Oh, you guys fell. You guys fell on the ground. That's what you get, bitches. Okay. Okay, you guys get some music. Oh man, it smells so good over here too. You guys gotta let me know if you can hear it. Wait, is it graduation or some shit going on right now? No. It's just March Madness, I guess. I guess it could be spring break for colleges. I don't know, I can't see who's over there. Could just be a party. Let's see if I get invited. You can hear it? Cool. Let's pour a drink then, huh? What do you think? I'm still trying to decipher what type of party it is, because in the city they do porch parties where they'll sit up on the porch. They'll set up on the porch and they'll, you know, you can go out and tip the band and whatever, and they'll just play for the street. And then you have like, this is kind of a nicer neighborhood, so it could just be like fancy rich white people doing fancy rich white people shit. I mean, or just because it's Friday and it's lovely. I would go ask, but I'm not that forward. I'm kind of introverted. I wish, you know how I can zoom in? Is there a way to zoom in on sound? Like I can zoom in with my camera for a picture, right? How do you zoom in with sound? I need one of those things. This is loud enough, huh? Oh, light years? Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely, I hear you. And the sun melting away your troubles. Oh yeah. How many times when I used to live at the beach, just as soon as I get to the beach, it would just be like, I mean, in general here for me, just being outside, like I was feeling stuck. You know, I was in a funk inside. I like my stankin' ass just sitting there, like being like, I was like, what a lame ass piece of shit I am. And then I was like, if you just go outside. As soon as I went outside, everything was like, whoop, and I could breathe better. My headache went away, and I was like, cool. Because I was like inside, and I was like, oh, I feel like shit. I don't want to go out. I don't want to see people. Then as soon as I went outside, I was like, I just changed. Yeah. Ah, nice. On the gun for hearing things better. Yeah, I guess if you had like just a cone that opened up, it would work. Probably do that. Yeah, New Orleans is. It's not like anywhere else. Not really. There's not really a way to explain it, unless you've been here. Like, there's only a few people that bitch about being here or from here, and I think it's people that don't go out and don't do anything, that have no social lives. It's I've lived in warm cities, I've lived in beach towns, I've lived in all fucking over the place. It's so few and far between when people talk shit about New Orleans. It's like people that have only been to Bourbon Street, or people that have lived here and literally don't have anything to do other than like they've stayed in their own little neck of the woods. But mainly it's people that just come to New Orleans and they go to Bourbon, and then they think the rest of the city is like that. It's like, no, we give you Bourbon Street so you can shit all over the place, slip out and just act like a fool. and then all you have to do is walk a little ways outside of there, and you'd see so much more. But you choose not to, and they talk shit about the city. Well, that's why you stay. That's why you stay on Bourbon Street. It's like the fact that people know New Orleans by Bourbon Street, that you think it's like people are just throwing beads and showing titties. That's not even close. Like, yeah, of course you'll see some titties. Of course there'll be beads thrown. But that's not even. That's such a small part of the city. Let's find some more music, huh? Make some headphones out of traffic cones. Yeah, they were. They just dipped from the party. I don't know. Maybe it was the second line for something. Maybe somebody got married. It looks like somebody got married at the house, because they all had their white towels out. You know, it's like somebody gets married, you pull the thing out. It doesn't sound like a funeral march. It sounds more like a marriage. Showing the titties. Are you using a tripod? Yeah, I've been using a tripod for a while now, for many shows. It has helped quite a bit. I'm trying to think where there would be music right now that we go listen to. Yeah. I should have been like what are the people that like the tourist industry people that sell the city, like why you should come here? I should have done that. I should have sold bidets and done that. The coffin song, help me with that. Are you talking about the one that they play for like the funeral march you talking about? I mean, I'm sure I've heard it. Not floating in midair. I might be. Hey son, I might be. I've increased my magic capacity. If we were playing an RPG, I got bumped up to level 8. It was at about a 6, and I got an extra couple of levels of magic. We haven't done the Noma recently. I did a show a long time ago for you guys. I don't know how many of you over here were there, but I did a whole show on Noma, the sculpture garden, which is super gigantic and has some of the coolest artwork, all outdoors. And I'll tell you, I said to you guys I'm gonna take you there, and I'm just kind of it hasn't been a nice enough day to do it. But now that the sun is out, I'll take you guys back over there. It's totally rad, you know. Oh yeah. The African feel. Okay, well, that song, I would assume they play it here because there's a good cross section between triangulation of the voodoo death culture in the some African tribes. Then you have the hoodoo tribes in the islands. Then you have New Orleans, so you got the hoodoo and the voodoo. And I would assume they play that. I know what song you're talking about. I've never seen anyone do that. They're not walking around with the casket, but they are. You can't really tell the difference between a funeral and a random party and a marriage here. Like not much. You'll never know. Like maybe you could tell just because somebody might be wearing a black suit. That's about it. He went suburban, drank Michelob, and shit his brains out in an alleyway. This seems like a reasonable thing. Now, as much as I've heard all the stories of people doing relentlessly ruthless shit on Bourbon Street, I so infrequently go there that I've never really got to witness it. I mean, I walk around within blocks of Bourbon, but I don't often go there. I'll walk around Bourbon Street once in a while. So once in a while, my friends will play on Bourbon, maybe a late night just to get some tips, whatever. But as a general rule, I don't hang out on my street. You're asking for like a lot of stupid shit to occur. I mean, it can be fun, but if you just get off of the Bourbon Street in any direction, you'll find a lot more fun. Brutality. What is the poison? Today the poison is vodka and apple juice. So like a poor man's cider, I guess. Yeah. That sounds good, man. Jamaican. You gotta be able to do that. You gotta have a little bit of something in your voice. Brutality. Pass it on beer and wine for a week. Well, interesting. I've done that plenty of times. I never had internal bleeding. I have shit my brains out afterwards, but I never had that. I don't think I've ever had, as far as I know. You had to drink eggs afterwards? I guess the cholesterol would fix that, huh? That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, well, but again, I have a different constitution and drinking habit than you might. So it could have been, did you eat anything weird? And did you have any organs that felt weird? Yeah, repair. Mint, apple juice, and gin? having brutality. Well, I'm trying to think of what would cause that. So your stomach, so you'd have a lot of stomach acids. So I'm thinking like in between the acids and alkaline and what you're throwing in your body that might cause, like, were you spitting out blood or were you shitting blood? Or was it just, you just didn't feel good somewhere in one of your organs? Because I can see the connection. If you somehow felt like you needed eggs, the cholesterol is good for repairing burns. So people, burn victims, they'll eat soft-boiled eggs, and it repairs all of their myelin sheaths, and it's helping with the fats and cholesterols in the body to rebuild skin and myelin within the bones, like that keeps the bones from, Coffee, tobacco, no hunger, cold, anemia. Okay. Are you normally anemic? Do you have any? Have we done this before? Do you have any thyroid? You'd be hypothyroidism, and cold stomach probably functions synonymously. Interesting. Blood sugar. Yeah, boiled eggs, super good for the gut because they're easy to digest. Yeah, a lot of things go back to once you've done a lot of drinking, so you're burning out so many things in your body. To clean it out, But then you need to add back in the enzymes, right? So if you want to absorb nutrients, you need yogurts. And then eggs are going to digest, because milks and dairies and things, there's certain types of enzymes in raw milk or yogurt that will help digest those. The milky, yogurty, eggy shit, dairy stuff, right? So if you gotta start consuming those, maybe even sauerkraut afterwards. Yeah, I know. Whenever I feel like a piece of shit and I'm not feeling well, I crave sauerkraut. I crave yogurt. I crave beets. I think I did a video a long time ago on like what do I eat, like really, like if I could just eat what I wanted all the time, but you know it would get mad expensive. But a lot of living foods, a lot of things that have been pulled out of your body, they're good because you gotta kill off the good and the bad bacteria. So when you're into having fun and fasting, or not fasting, but cleansing with alcohol, it's equivalent to like if you're doing a fast on water. It's not really that much different, because what the water is going to be doing anyways, you're not adding anything to your system, so the bacterias, good or bad, that would be growing in your system stop growing because they have nothing to consume, they have nothing to eat. So if you don't give them anything to eat, what's their job? They kill themselves, they're dead. And what's going to happen then is you're going to start burning off fats in your body. And depending on where you had stored energy, maybe you had a problem with your liver, maybe you had a problem with your kidneys, maybe you had a problem with your gallbladder, maybe that's what was bleeding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mediterranean diet. I dig the Mediterranean diet. I would do, as I've always said, I would do a hybridization of the Mediterranean and Indian diet. Like almost totally vegetarian type Indian diet with all the spices and the goodies, and then Mediterranean for the oils and fats and things. Those I think, for me at least, they function very well. They always taste the best to me. I always crave them. Yeah, light years. Yeah. You can certainly over cleanse yourself. Well, I put myself on the floor. You know what I mean? Like you drink too much and you've over cleansed. You're to the point where there's nothing. You don't have any. It's like think of it as over sharpening a sword or over cleaning your house. You know the people that end up biting their nails, or they're always itching, or they're always cleaning and they gotta washing their hands 10 times a day, or they clean their house so much. Or like, just settle down. And so if you fasting or doing, if it's just straight liquor, it's cleansative. Just like vinegar would be cleansative. You can only clean your window so many times. You can only clean your TV so many times. You can only use alcohol to do so, you know. That'll reach a point of, okay, now you're cleansed, now what? Then you add something to your furnace, to your inferno, to your alchemical lab, and then you do an alchemy experiment. Okay, now it's all clean. What do I put in here? How would you work in a chemistry lab? You'd have your retort. You'd have your glass thing over here, the bubbly stuff over here, and then you're gonna put things that react with certain elements in there. Your stomach is doing exactly the same thing, and so you just add that. You clean all the equipment. You can't. There's only so much you can clean it. Yeah, at that point you could go on sun energy, as long as your feet are grounded out. Important. I've gone over this so many times. Once you're cleansed and your body is feeling pretty healthy, you don't have too much fat on you, you feel good, and you can go outside and you're hydrated, you can go outside and stare at the sun and get all the sun energy. but you have to have your feet connected to the ground because that's how the electricity will get through your system, so you don't burn yourself out. And you can't be in a very toxic place. You couldn't do this in New York City. You're not going to find that plot of land, like maybe on a roof somewhere that has a garden or something. But all in all, it's gonna be a hard time. Yeah, instead of using the word electrolytes, which would refer to salts and things, you use enzymes. Enzymes is what you're looking for, not electrolytes. Electrolytes are salts, and they're not as. That's like the plants crave Brondo. It's like Idiocracy when he's like, "Do you even know what that is?" So electrolytes are not what they're cracked up to be. We overuse them. Why do you think they're always like, "Hey, electrolytes"? Well, if they're saying it, then that's probably not what you need. No one ever talks about enzymes. No one ever talks about cultures. No one ever talks about living foods. No one ever does. When's the last time you heard anyone talk about living foods? The benefits of how can I turn this into something living? How can I make sauerkraut? How can I make yogurt? How can I make a living beer? How can I? No one talks about that because it's the correct choice. There's not salt in there. There's transmutative things that have occurred on a micro level that your body and your biome uses to help, keep you alive, keep you functioning at a high level. Omegas are later. Interesting. I'll think about that. Yeah, that sounds right though off the top. Bone broth. I've always liked it. I never had a problem with it. At least not right away. What is in the damn sun? Yeah. Yeah. I think people just need to understand the amount of animal fats and animal proteins and animal substances. I think it's part of the diet. At the highest level, anybody can be a vegetarian, but you still have to have living probiotic-rich fermented foods in your diet. But as a general rule, because there is a whole thing in nature that's going on, having beef carpaccio, having fish, having all of these meat products, I don't find any problems whatsoever. Obviously, factory farming is ridiculous, and yes, will I get shit from the store that is that? Yes, because it's really not in my budget to go and buy the grass-fed beef from Joe down the street that's selling it for $35 a pound. It's not gonna be satisfying. Light years. What's the difference between magnetic and electric energy? Magnetism is like a female. Do you know how you're drawn to something? For some reason, you just want to walk over there. For some reason, you're just like sucked in. It's the idea of the Earth or the Moon could be considered magnetic principles because it's sucking something in. It's pulling energy. It's causing a cooling of something. But the sun is electric, so it's the sun or the father. It's masculine, so it's spitting energy out. When you come out. When a woman comes, she comes inwardly. When a woman comes, she's excited about the day and wants to hang out and do shit. When you express your energy, she's taking it in, but you get rid of it and you go, I'm lazy, I'm done, I'm taking a nap. So that the electrical force, they're bound together. They have to be because everything is electromagnetism. But one is as simple as pulling energy in. It's like how many times have you just feeling really good about yourself all day, and people just walk up to you and want to talk to you. They want to interact with you because you're being magnetic, and other times you're spraying off all of this electrical charge and you're lighting people up. That's Yeah, I hear you on the electrolytes from iodized salt. Mm. Yeah, Wild Fermentation. There you go. What's up, Fire Drake? That's a great book. Anybody hasn't read it, you can probably find it online for free. Wild Fermentation. Hey, choo choo, motherfuckers. Well, that's why I had to change my sunglasses. These are a different color. I was wearing those pink ones. These ones are a greenish yellow blue. Suntug, ever meet somebody I think is temporary appearing like a walk-in? Yeah, absolutely. No question about it. People that I would never see anywhere at any time. They're just randomly in the most strange, just places that I would go, what? Why do you look like that? And why are you standing next to me right now? Just the, you know, if you're in a place that's public and people are walking around, people are going to interact with you. If you're in the city, you know, and you're in the park, you'll get certain kinds of people. But then you sit off to a side bench or something, or you sit over here, or just, and then a certain kind of person that isn't look like everybody else finds their way to exactly where you are, and you're like, oh, yeah, you're not like everyone else. It's pretty obvious. I wonder if people think I am, but I have to convince them. They're like, no. This is just me. I mean, I get it. I'm not from here, but hey, I'm not going to tell you I'm time traveling. I'm not going to tell you I'm an alien or not human or not from this realm. Can't say that, but they would get it. Oh yeah, the energy's changed all the time, man. Yeah, Fire Drake. Yeah, that's what everybody's been having lately. I don't know why they have that. Yeah, that's what everybody had recently that had strains of it here. I don't know what the last thing I got was, but I guess because I don't have that in my that's not in my being to have that, so it didn't really affect me any way different. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You can't ask people about, you can't tell people about mud floods. There's like 5 things that are off the table, but the good thing about them is if you say any of these 5 things, you'll know immediately where they stand. You're just pruning a tree. You're just getting rid of all the bullshit. I don't want to talk to that person anyways. There's a bunch of people that I can't say FE. I can't use the V word. I can't really talk about mud floods because they're not going to study it. They're not going to do the research. They're just going to say that's stupid. Well, you what? They're going to look at me and go, oh, you just watched a video on YouTube. I'm like, I didn't watch a video. I'm using my instincts, my logic, and I've watched thousands of these information packets that come through the portal of this computer thing here. So, like, don't play with me. Like, my attitude generally with people is, like, I think it's this, that primarily I'm going to be the smartest person in any room. So don't talk to me like you're smarter than me. It's not going to happen. Is that egotistical? I don't give a shit if it's egotistical. I don't care what it is. Because when you just really, if you got right to it, the explanation for why I think and believe what I do is because I got rid of belief and I started thinking for myself and seeing that what I've been given in the past was not actually accurate representation of what is going on in this reality in any way, shape, or form. And because I can show you, and your brain is too mucked up with mayonnaise, you can't understand it. What am I going to do? I'm going to sit here and act like this could be fun for a while. It's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be fun for you because I'm just gonna I'm gonna look down on you. I'm gonna be like, you're a child in this realm. You don't know what you're talking about. So from that standpoint, like, what am I supposed to do? Well, I'd rather put it out there and be like, here's the 5 things. If you don't at least open your mind up to this as a possibility, and you've gone through any amount of research to consider it, then I'm kind of more like, what am I just gonna drag this relationship that will never happen out for months? Like, I went on a date the other day and I was like, yo, this is lame. Like, you catfished me. Like, you don't look like your pictures. You ain't anything like what you said. Peace. You know? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna sit there and just for the I've wasted too much time dealing with people that are ignorant, fools, slobs, tards, buckets of puke, mucky individuals. Oh, you're talking about the fake? You're talking about that now? Everybody's on that. Oh, you know what date it is almost? Somebody was talking about this the other day, and if you guys check out my Instagrammers, I know I'm on like my 8th account because they keep shutting it down. But anyways, I posted something from this dude who was breaking down the 322 Skull and Bones code with the blue and gold, as well as the Golden Gate Bridge, basically saying like that's going to be a pop-off point. Now I've heard about this, like the studies I've done for the past year and a half. Basically, we're saying March of 2022. That's all of the research I was doing. And I was saying March of 2022 that they're gonna fake drop the Golden Gate Bridge and blame it on a tsunami or blame it on Ukraine or Russia or China or whatever the hell they want to blame it on, and put people in fear mode again. Which is, I mean, it's coded into a lot of things. However, because the coding can be corrected and changed at any point in time, maybe it doesn't happen. I don't know. But a lot of the blue and gold has been occurring. Who won the Super Bowl? Ask again. Who won the Super Bowl? Rams. What's their color? Blue and gold. Golden State Warriors. What's their color? Blue and gold. Ukraine. What's their color? Blue and gold. So what's the blue and gold about? When you're getting deeper into the frequencies, sounds, vibrations, shapes, colors, all that shit, they're using it to steer a population's perception and intents. Yeah, hey, light years. Someone's mad at you for being intelligent and virtuous. Oh, they do that all the time. They're like, because you're perfect and everyone else isn't right. Exactly. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy as fuck to be wrong. I want someone to prove me wrong about anything I say, but they're just you can't give me weak arguments that are the foundation is in propaganda and mainstream sources of information that always have and forever they've infiltrated your mind to make you believe what they repeat on spin cycle. So, and I go, okay, let me jump out of that spin cycle and see what the hell's really going on, because my brain isn't going woo woo woo, and I'm just going, can we think about this? So yeah, of course I'm right. Why I wouldn't speak if I was wrong. I hate being wrong. So if I don't know something, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna tell you anything about. If I were talking about women's tennis, I don't know shit about it. I'm talking about really about golf. I'm talking about how something that I don't know how it's engineered. I'm gonna talk to you about that. That'd be stupid, ignorant, foolish on my part. Why act like I know something I don't know? I don't want to look like a dipshit. Oh man. Skull, there we go. Yeah, and once you realize it's disgusting, then you realize it might be the bitter element that you need to correct imbalances in your body, or in your mind for that matter. Ah, Suntoke. Yeah, yeah. It's like keep it. For me, it's keep it easy, keep it moving. KIM, keep it moving, keep it easy. Like if I gotta argue with somebody, I'll argue with you. But like, I don't know. I only have so much extra expenditure of my energy and time on people that are not like-minded. I can try to help and influence, but it's not going to happen too often. And there you go, Skull. There's the colors. Yeah, light years. But what's up, Ninja Turtle? But when someone figures something out new, it takes a lot for people to get to the point of just jumping off the cliff and going, all right, everything I know is a circus, it's a clown show, it's false, and I just have to accept I have to accept getting rid of all the programming. You're not going to be able to reprogram somebody that is, I hate to break it to you, if you eat at McDonald's more than once a month, there's no helping you. If you are a certain size because you eat garbage, your brain isn't going to function right. If you're on 10 pills a day from the doctor, you're not going to hear me. There's so many little things that it's gonna you're not gonna catch it. So it really takes somebody to. It's just like when people get sick. When people get really sick, you know who they talk to? Me. You know why? Because the doctor said, oh, we can't help you no more. All these people, they're like, okay, I'm finally willing to listen to what you have to say. I was like, but you're gonna have to do what I say. You can't like take half of what I'm saying, half of what somebody else is saying. It's like this. Try it out. Because most people you have the cup. When your cup is full, I can't pour any more into your cup. You have to dump your cup out. And I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about the people that say the things that we know about. I was saying, yes, I happen to be a reference point for, hey, talk to this motherfucker. He knows something. I can tell you 100 people that I learned from. Go talk to them. But you don't have that much access to that. and most people aren't willing to put down the cheesecake. Put down the apple Danish. Put down that bag of sugar. Put down the remote control. They're not gonna do that. Are you sure? Hey, Skull, are you sure it was the wind and not the sound of my voice? Does it get foggy down here? No, not really. Son, no, it doesn't. What's in my cup? A poor man's cider, vodka, apple juice. I'd put ginger in here, but I didn't. I just got this from the store and came out. Oh, isn't that funny, Skull? Yeah, you're gonna have to learn to drink your piss. You're gonna have to learn to take the piss that you've been giving other people. Like, that's just what it is. Like, and it's so funny that once after someone does it for enough time, a few days, they immediately know what the fuck's going on. Like if you just started drinking a piss for 3 days, most will happen quicker, but you would notice something changes in here. Something changes physically, but who's going to go from 0 to 60 like that? They're going to first want to mix it into a little container and take a drop of it, and they're going to want to put it into some juice, and they're going to notice any real fundamental changes in the way their mind works or their body functions or the way they perceive reality. They got to take the dose. Just drink the piss. It's like McKenna said, take that 5 grams and in darkness. Dry 5 grams taken in darkness. That's equivalent to just get up and just drink your piss all day. Let's see what happens. Let's find out. You have? Hopefully I didn't say anything to facilitate her frustration or chaotic nature. It is a very interesting thing, public speaking to people in public versus speaking to people on here. Like, I know enough of you and who's on here, but then as a general thing, like, I've had a couple million people watch my shit, right? And it was like, Jesus Christ, I wonder who is listening to me talk. What's wrong with them? I always wonder that. Yeah, it is. Like, I drank my piss the other day because I had I don't know what the fuck, I was just, maybe like ate too much, a little constipated, little fucking didn't feel well. Drank my piss for the day, expelled all that, and I was bright and sunshiny, and it was 9 p.m. Yeah, how do you get into it? Thank you, Skull. How do you get into it? And you have to simplify it to somebody. Drink your fucking piss. Just do it. I'm not telling you to eat your shit. I'm not telling you to go dig up a dead body. I'm just telling you, just drink your piss. Try it out. And if you can't do that, do the whole thing where you take it into a little eyedropper, you put it, but that's not going to do anything. That's going to just get you over. That's going to get you over the hump of finding it so disgusting. Maybe. Like, I have a friend of mine that knows for certain how good urine is, because they know me. They know how much they know me. And they've used it in their eyeball because they had an eye infection. And I was like, hey, how long did that take to fix the eye infection? They're like, 24 hours. I was like, so you had an eye infection and you fix it with urine, but you still won't drink it. Still won't drink it. And her parents know, because they're Indian, know of Shivambu. They don't use it, but they know that's what their culture does. They're like, oh, we're very familiar with that. You should try it. Nope. People take getting to their they're on their deathbed to try something new. Like, rather than, okay, here, try drinking your piss. What's the worst that's gonna happen? You're already almost dead, huh? You already don't feel good. Those pills and capsules and those they ain't telling you shit. Try it. And it's free. Can't be free, can it? I think that was one of my favorite things that Savans Bomar said. He said, imagine walking up to somebody with a briefcase full of money and just handing it to them. Who would take it? Not too many people. They're going to look at it like, why are you giving me $1 million? Where does this come from? What is this? People expect something that is good to cost a lot of money. So if you just gave them free money, they're not going to accept that. They didn't play the lottery, nothing. They just walk up and hand them $100 million. Never, no one will take it. $1 million. You can barely get someone to take $100 out your hand on the street. Ask them a question. Hey, if you do this, I'll give you $20. It could be just something random, and they won't do it. Because their assumption is there must be a cost to me doing this. Flight years. How do you eat raw vegan? I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Rain down the pistol. Yeah, man. Yeah, homeopathy dose works good. It does something, certainly, but it's not enough to change the brain. It's not enough to change the neurology and the fact that you just literally took a whole face full of piss. Yeah, no such thing as free lunch. Not at all. Eh. But there is. There is. There you go, Carson. That's about the size of it. It's always gonna be mental barriers because, like, you could explain it to somebody, but they're so convinced that it's not what it is. Like, that's so disgusting and filthy and poison. It coming out of my body. I must not need it. I must not. That must be no good. And then you walk them back through, like, what are your kidneys doing? What were you bathing in as a child? What do animals do? I seen a video the other day of this animal. It was a little puppy. Maybe it wasn't a puppy, but little animal, right? Little dog. And the video said, I was wondering why I'd always walk over to the dog's bowl and it would be full, but I don't remember filling it. And then there's her taking, a video of the dog pissing in its own bowl. Just look this one up. Dog pisses in its own bowl and drinks it. I'm assuming because the dog knew whatever it was getting fed was trash, and it knew that its piss was better, and it figured out how to piss in its own bowl and drink it. Scaredy cats. Oh, dude, the drinking pee as a child. Okay, I never did that. I've heard of plenty of people. I've had people tell me they kept pee under their bed. They used to drink the pee. Like, it was just like a thing. And then it became so unacceptable. Like, why, you don't do that many fucked up things as a kid in that sense. You know, monkeys stick a leaf in their mouth, just like a child always sticks things in their mouth because they're trying to taste it, to see what it is. Just like a monkey will do it. You'll see what kind of chemicals are in it, see if that's what it should consume to fix some ailment that it has. So, I don't know. It's so easy to explain to people, but they just won't accept it. And here's their number one explanation. Well, if it was so healthy and it'd fix everything, then why isn't everyone doing it? And I have to go, how dense do you have to be? If my business is to sell you a product and I make a lot of money and I can have more nice things, am I gonna give you the cure that you already have in your pants? You could piss out the cure to your problems, or I can sell you a little white pill and make all the money and get the big house, fat bitches. I get anything I want. I get all the money, and I'm gonna tell you how to do that. It's not gonna happen. And you have to explain this to somebody. How don't you get it? The solution for so many things is available right there. And you can't figure it out because you're too busy thinking that businesses have your best interest at heart. And I'm tired of saying it. Ninja, that's crazy. Sounds about right. Good foot bath? Yeah, somebody was asking me about something wrong with their feet the other day. I was like, that's what you gotta do. Look at how tribal people work. What do they put on their skin? They use cow urine, they use dirt, they use all the things that you would call disgusting and dirty. Yet everything that we see about them is they're long-lived, ancient, healthy, strong people. And everybody around here is all nicked up from society. Suntoke, look up the book called Sacred Healing and Stephen Herod Buhner. Sacred Healing and Herbal Brews, I think it's called. You'll find it, Stephen Herod Buhner. Sacred Herbal and Healing Beers. You'll find everything you need in there. Probably millet or something. Yeah, small batch and local. Hey, I love things that are brought from, you bring it from overseas, you bring it from a long distance, because there's going to be some value in that, because somebody carried that, they maintained that, they put energy, like I'm carrying this to someone for 100 miles. There's value in that. But everything was so local, and then nobody does anything local anymore. Why is it more expensive to get local shit than it is to get things from Walmart, that got it off of a truck, that got it off of a plane, that got it from another country, that got it from... That's cheaper than getting something that is literally grown right here in someone's backyard, and by a lot. So I mean, you can't just expect someone to go start buying local. It's an impossibility. Like, even for me, I know better. I can't afford to do everything local. Like, I mean, I can afford to have friends that are local and friends from out of town. I can afford some local food, but all in all, like, if I want to live life, just and I can't afford to do everything for my neighbor over here that's going to charge me $50 for something, because that's the cost of doing business, versus I can get the same thing done for $6 over here. Like, at a, that's the challenging part. And so most people that they got regular 9 to 5 regular jobs, that, how are they going to figure that out? They can barely afford to take care of their kids and their bill for their car and their house and whatever else, and they're supposed to start buying local. It's not gonna happen. Secret language of plants. Yeah, I read that occasionally. I pick that up and I read. I can only just like flip to the middle pages because it's so dense. Yeah, secret language of plants. 2 Indians, no cup. Oh, Fire Drake, that's what you're doing right now? Damn, Fire Drake, you're gonna have to do a video of like your setup. I want to see how you live, Fire Drake. Yeah, if not, hey Suntalk, if you can't find it in a library, I'm sure most things, if you look up free PDF online, you could find it. Yeah, if anybody wants to, I'll open up a TARG teaching center. It just costs money to do that. Or you got to do it so off the grid in a weird way. Like, you can get rid of a lot. You can get away with a lot of things in this city that you couldn't other places. But all in all, like, I'd start a legitimate business. Teach people about pissing in a hydro bath and staring in the sun, doing some gong meditations and getting the right herbs in them and shit. That shit, I want to do that for years. I just don't have the proper resources to get the hi puppy. What up, Yadaku? You guys want to go back into the park? There's no music here. I'm done with it. I thought the music would be coming back. Come join me. Oh yeah. Let's go find somewhere to sit down. It's too much wind and too much talkie across the street. No music. I'm not interested. Let's find some screaming children or quiet. Oh, I might have to. I don't know. I might have to piss real quick. We go to my piss spot, which is usually directly on people's faces. So if you're into that, holla at your boy. I'll piss on your face. See all the big trees? Isn't that lovely? So you guys get to give me like 5 minutes to find somewhere to sit down. So I can't piss on this side. I have to go to the other side because there's too many humans over here, and I don't want to be a fucking creep pissing all over a tree right here. I do have some standards, whether or not you guys know this. Oh, here's a... Oh, let's do this. There you go. Check this out. Trains, dog. It's a train, man. And then we got bridges over here. Okay, I'm not taking this bridge because this bridge is very, very trippable up. Like it's not comfortable. It's not a comfortable walkway. Fuck it. Let's go this way, I guess. Okay, don't fall down right now. Alright, cool. Okay, you want to see some old TsarXen shit? So you tell me the top of that building, you see those two on either side? You're telling me those aren't old electrical gathering things? You see that? Yeah, right. I call it bullshit. And then that thing right there. Okay, I'll show you. See that building right there? That rotunda? You think they built that for a bandstand? No, they didn't. Stop playing with me. I didn't build that for a bandstand. Okay, hold on. We're almost to the turtles. You guys want to see like 200 turtles? Told you got to give me like 5. No, I need it. Like I said, 5. So make it 7 minutes. You guys can take a break, pour a drink. Let's find these fucking turtles. There's a really awesome tree that they cut down. I don't know why they cut it down. I'm guessing it was just too much for the park. Look at the size of this. And that's one of the raddest things you ever seen. Okay, now you can see all the ducks. Or excuse me, all the turtles. Check these turtles out. It's like cranes and turtles. Check these guys out. Let's see. Look at those little guys right there. Is it not zooming in that well now? You see them all sitting on that log right there? Just chilling. Oh, here's the ones, close ones. Where are these guys at? Turtle gang right there. But those ones are, they sunbathe all day, dog. Okay, we're almost to my piss spots. Uh-oh. This might hamper the adventure because it looks like someone's having a wedding over here. And a wedding. It's like when you piss. It's not wedding. Get it? Okay, terrible joke, I know. Wedding, get it? Alright. See, I'm gonna go piss on this wedding, I think. That was the joke. That was what I was trying to get at there. There's music here. Yes. Oh, dude, it's not even a wedding. It's a concerto or some shit. Oh, we get more music. Look at this fucking shit. Maybe it is a wedding. I don't know. Might be a wedding. We'll see. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost to piss spots, y'all. Yes, there's some indoor ones, but it's just as far to get to as pissing on a tree where flowers will grow. Why would I waste my piss and piss in a toilet? What kind of foolish person would I be to do that? Don't worry, I'm almost back. Oh, also, everyone here, 9 thumbs up. That is atrocious. Like that hurts my feelings. Should be a lot more thumbs up for this show, and also Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, if you want to help out this guy for spending hours and hours doing this, educating you on the little idiosyncrasies and joy of the world. Here, have some flowers. That's what these smell like. Oh, and they smell so good too. Yep, spring has already sprung. Alright. Don't watch me pee. Creepers. Stare at this shit for a second while I piss. And I'll be right back. And don't listen either, because that's even weirder, honestly. Fucking you listen to people pee? Is that your thing? That's how you guys get off. Okay. Awesome. We had a piss party. How do you feel about that? Let's go find somewhere to sit down. We're almost to somewhere cool. Oh, and somebody's eating a onion bagel with garlic cream cheese. I can smell it. Yeah, you guys don't know the what it's like to have a schnoz like this. Smell that. Where is it? It smells almost like they just toasted it too. I got beautiful flowers. But I'm really happy with, as my phone has been so nice lately, it doesn't eat up the charge like it used to. There's no way I could have done, this is almost 2 hours, no way I could have done a 2-hour show without charging it before. So there's that, you know, you gotta find the little wins in life, huh? That's pretty huge win, because you guys are fucking missing out on all this cool shit. Let's go take this little pathway to Terabitha. Let's go to this park bench over here. Uh-oh. Some weirdos over here too. Oh no. I think I'm gonna take this guy right here. Alright, back. Welcome again. Turn that shit around. Whoa. How was that journey for everybody? What's going on? Let me see where these comments are. Just catching up here. The Pixies might have been here from the railways. I'm a little behind right now. I'm trying to catch up here. Yeah, somebody else told me about pissing on some of their plants and how much they grew. I think I posted it on my Instagrammers. The cemetery joke. The cemetery, you planted a sycamore there. Well, I don't know. They may have reversed it, but I don't think that's what the original use was for. Skull, yeah, possible the band plays there, but that's not why it was built. Yeah, it was not built for the band, no way. Especially considering what else is right near it, and in every other city it's built the same way, and there's no way it was for a band because they didn't have the same types of instruments then, and those poles would get in the way. There's a much easier way to build a sound stage, bandstand, than that. You know what I'm saying? Because you look in one direction. There's no... Yeah, it was for something else. Fire Jig, you had your longest meditation with a whole bunch of spheres near a pine tree. Oh, maybe they realized you were using it to use as a sound or frequency emitting place. And you're like, get rid of it. And man, the funny about cemeteries and trees, in New Orleans, there's only a few trees in each cemetery. Only a few. If you find one, it's very interesting. And I think it's because of the way the cemeteries are built here. They're on small plots of land, and they're all the cemeteries. Everybody's buried underground, like in a. It's not like everywhere else where somebody puts you in a wood box. They don't do that here. They put you in a giant fucking temple. It's made of more stone that costs more than your house. Oh, you know what I seen the other day? I seen some chick. It was a video, and it was somewhere in. It was a middle of a. Let me see if I can put this in the right framework. It's in the middle of a major cityscape. I want to say Berlin. I want to say some European city. And somebody's sitting out at a restaurant, and in the middle, like, so there's a restaurant. There's some big buildings. There's things going on. People walking by on the sidewalk. There's a bunch of shit going on. And across the street, in the middle, there's what appears to be a chick with her tongue stuck directly up this dude's asshole. And people in the comments were saying, oh, they're probably blowing meth up each other's ass. I mean, whatever they're doing, I don't really care. But somebody was eating a whole butthole. They had their whole face buried in there. It was very obvious to see. Buried a face in the anus, middle of the day, in the middle of a city. What are you going to do? Carson, did anybody get a piss fetish? I wouldn't call it a fetish. I mean, I think afterwards, I I I pissed in chicks. So there's that. I mean, chicks drank my piss. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't a fetish. It was just something that I was like, oh, here's some healthy thing you could do. They're like, oh my god, yeah, please. I was like, all right. Come on, that's not nasty. Carson, 88 out there. So I'm still trying to catch up here. I'm almost to the end here. What do you mean? I've expressed a lot of. I've shared a lot of those videos. Oh yeah, yeah. On my Instagrams, or you just mean like talking about them? Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah. That one was fucking funny. That one was fucking funny. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, but all my accounts get shut down, and I don't know. I don't know due to what, because I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything that wasn't already on another channel. Did Carson entice you to drink piss now? Because he's on that the piss clock. Uh-oh. For cartilage, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the soft boiled eggs. I would do soft boiled eggs, oil. I would do sesame oil. You want a low heat oil, something that's a little thicker, less viscous. But eggs tend to be for cartilage. We were talking about this earlier. Burn victims, and regenerating the stuff that keeps your bones from touching inside of there. Like if you a lot of people get MS or whatever, they get the sorry, I said it earlier, I just forget the name of it. Yeah, I mean those are collagen. Yeah, you want collagen rich things or things that support collagen. I would go with soft boiled eggs. Do 3 to 5 minute eggs and all of that yellow shit and oil. I think that's probably going to do the best by far to heal cartilage. I'll do some more research on that, but I think that's it. Your shoulders and hips. I don't have the hip thing anymore. The shoulder thing sometimes. Maybe you just need somebody to do some body work on you, man. Yeah, light years. I'm with you on the glucosamine and chondroitin. Just make sure if you can get it in what would be called a bioavailable liquid form, get it that way. Because I can't really qualify those two substances when they come in pill form. But if you can get them in oils and maybe also lecithin, maybe that. But again, you can always get right to the food source that will do it. I mean, you can get fucking eggs for next to nothing. Just start eating eggs. Just eat them. Just everything. Just eat the whole thing. Like you're... Yeah, the oil Basti helps with everything. Because that's bypassing all of your stomach acids. And you're not going to have to deal with any of the parasites because it's going to go right into your system. So Oil basties. I mean, I think it's been the pretty much the theme of this show has been oil basties, oils, eggs, fats, things like that. Ah, nice, nice. I think here's another thing. Here's another thing you should consider. As it's always referenced, is what is within uh, your locality, like the closest things to you that are growing in your yard. As I've explained many, many times, if you have dandelions growing in your yard, make that into tea or make that into a wine, because that dandelion is specifically to help with liver issues, and you probably have a liver issue. Look at, if you go into any neighborhood, suburbia, you'll see some houses that have dandelions, some that have these types of weeds, and it's specific to that. It's not just because they might have different grass in there, but it's literally the bioacoustic energy resonance that they're putting off of their body that is allowing certain substances to grow and other ones not to grow. So if you have a problem with your body, whatever's close to you or easily accessible. So if you find that when you go to the store, it seems like eggs are on sale, this is going to another thing. If you go to the store and eggs are on sale, get the fucking eggs. If you go and find that there's some sort of wheat bran or whatever the fuck it might be, if you find that that is easily accessible to you or closer to you, then it's probably what you need. Yeah, you might as well just throw the whole egg up your asshole. Carson wants to, I think Carson is more than experimented with his bum. Yeah, fart and scrambled eggs. You put a lot of things. Okay, well, you know what? Egg, it would probably be kind of like, I wouldn't do it with the shell because you don't want to cut your innards. But like if you took the egg and put it into an enema, hey, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, the only thing that could happen is you don't have to tell nobody you did it. But if something good happens, then you better tell me about it, because then I'll go do it, and because I don't give a shit what people fucking think of me. Like, if I put eggs up my anus and it helped me physically, then I would tell people. Now, if I put a hard-boiled egg up my ass, I don't think I would tell anyone. Because to get a hard-boiled egg up your ass, that's a pretty, an egg is, I can't even get a pinky up my asshole. So how the hell am I going to get an egg up my ass? 2 eggs, 1 cup? 2 eggs, 1 butt. Yeah. Oh Christ! This is why you guys stay around for an extra few minutes. You get the see. This is whenever the shows that I've seen on YouTube, they go into overtime and they do like a paid for only. I do this shit for free, so which means, feel free if you find some humor in me talking about sticking whole hard-boiled eggs up my ass. $1 is good for the joke. $10 is good for me to actually do it. I'm kidding. I wouldn't do it for $10. It would take a lot more than $10 to have me stick an egg up my asshole. Fried egg enema, butt bacon. Ooh, light years. Ow. Ooh, I never seen that, and I hope never to. grits. You want some grits, some hot sauce, and some fish jammed directly up your vagina. Unbelievable what some people do. Like, I get it, exploring your body and being open with your sexuality to, like, hey, maybe I like touching my ears, maybe my head, maybe I like something in my pooper. You got all sorts of weird spots you might like. It's your whole body. Do anything you want with it. But when people get into the really weird shoving strange objects up them, it's a little too much. Like a garden hose up your ass that's correct. I mean, I get it. Like, okay, you put a enema, tiny little thing, and it's going to clean you out. But a garden hose? That's weird. I think that's going a little too far. I think stuffing a glass mason jar into your asshole is probably, you have a lot more wrong with you mentally than you'd like to admit. That, I mean, could you imagine? Do you see how big my fist is? And people take this and stick it into all their orifices. Like, slow down a little bit, you know? You gotta ease into it, baby. So some omega egg origami experiments. Egg enema origami experiments. I like it. Oh yeah, the childhood trauma. Yeah, you had to project some. Oh damn it. I'm sorry if you did. I'm sorry if that's what you went through. As far as I know, I don't think I had any. I did have a weird uncle that maybe I'm repressing something from, but like, I don't think so. I don't think he had the audacity to try, because I wasn't a cute kid, so I don't think he would have tried to fuck me. I mean, I don't put it. I grew up to be something special to look at, but you boof eggs. My body language says I boof eggs. Come on. Free range egg boofing. How about if you got one of those, how about a potato launching gun? You put an egg in there and have it directly, but you'd have to lube the anus up first, right? Because I mean, you can't really get it in there dry; it would break. So you gotta. I know, body language says it all. Yes, and I just did make the one guy, one jar reference. You're welcome for that. Oh, really? Anybody in here? Anybody want to be honest right now? How many people stick anything in your ass other than, I don't know, a finger or a tongue or something that is like a reasonable sized something? Like, I don't know. It's like, where does it stop? Where does it stop? Are we gonna have to start breaking your like Christopher Lee broke his hip? I mean, maybe somebody was stretching his asshole so far apart to get their head up there or something. Because if you can get your hand up there, that's really not too far away from double fisting an asshole. It's just an observation that I have. I don't see the joy in it. I don't recognize it. Just tubes. Hey, thank you. Hey, light years, I appreciate the honesty. Pray oyster, gin, and Worcestershire sauce in the bunghole? Or is that what you're drinking now? Hey, light years, also I appreciate that. A carrot. Huh. I never had the butthole fetish thing. I had a couple girls do the whole, eat the bunghole for me, and it's awesome, but I wasn't like, hey, can you put more stuff in there? Like, I'm all for keep it on the outside, rim jobs, and I had one chick that tried, and I was like, that ain't gonna work. I was like, all right, we'll see what happens. Nope. I was like, you're gonna have to remove your finger from my asshole. I don't know how people go and get, is it gay guys that all get the things done with their butthole, with the thing, because they think they're gonna have an orgasm or whatever? because that's where the male G-spot is. No, the male G-spot is literally your whole fucking penis. It's your whole body. You should just get in tune with your body and not have people jamming plastic gloves up your ass with Vaseline. Like, I just don't, that's just so weird. And you have to pay for it, and then afterwards they're gonna tell you have cancer, just so you have to come back and they can jam their finger up your ass again. I think that's mad creepy, yo. Could you imagine? Do people do that in the tribal region? They're just like, hey, let me just jam a finger in your... Like, I know that women in tribes will take a cow and blow into their cunt to cause them to release more milk. Go look this up. This is I hate to tell you to do this, but this is a real thing. Women will blow, and guys do it too, I'm sure. I don't know. It's the only video that I've seen, and it was on like the Discovery Channel or some shit. Blown into a cow's vagina so it would produce more milk. I mean, maybe that's because the chicks that I was dating that just had a baby, their tits got bigger. Jokes here, come on. Slow cooked. I mean, Suntoke, I would agree with you. I would try that. Scrambled eggs, slow cooked with butter. I would consider that. As long as I had the right person installing it into my anus. I would consider it. The light bulb. What? How? Who thinks that's a good idea? I think they're making that up. There's no way. How much haberdashery? How much a light bulb? There's so many things that couldn't possibly break and cause you much problems. What, do they freeze it first? Do they dip it in something? What the hell? I'm learning something new right now. This is crazy. Steamed ginger Noah's figgin. They used to put up the racehorse's ass. Well, I've heard of. Okay, Amanda. So I've heard of taking a hot pepper and sticking it up a male's asshole because you can fuck longer. Because the capsicum, there's blood flow, and it also gets rid of a little bit of the feeling. So like, you can fuck harder and faster, and for a longer period of time. So, like, if you stick a hot pepper in someone's ass, ginger would do the same thing. That makes sense. Jesus Christ! Now we're doing body language again. Can I show you where I'm sitting? I'm sitting on your mother's lap. I'm sitting on this tree, and if I keep fidgeting, it's because I can't find a really good spot next to this tree. Opa, you hear that? Do you know what the fuck that is? Do you know what kind of car that is? That's like a good half mile. Maybe not a half mile, but it's pretty far. That was one of the Mopar joints. That was one of those souped up motherfucking. You know what I'm talking about? Which one is it? Oh, I can't think of the name of it, but you can hear it. Bag of weed up there. Yeah, if you stick weed up there, you might as well stick weed in a small amount of weed in whatever you're gonna put up your butt. Man, when we're talking about butt play, this is why we go this deep into this shit. Light years back to the carrot goods. Good, man. Good. Fire Drake, the fact that you could so easily get a one-hitter into your anus. I'm guessing it wasn't just weed. Was it anything else in the pipe, dude? Oh, skull. Okay. All right. Okay. Opiate up the ass. Okay. No, I've heard of this. I've only done a couple drug substances up the butt. One time I was already high as fuck, right? So it was kind of like everybody there was like, "You should just do it." I was like, "All right." It was glorious, but I was already too toasted to even. It didn't make a difference. I was already spent. So it was like it didn't really matter to me. Well, this convo went in the shitter. Ba ba bang. Hey, Yadaku, you left and you come back to this shit show right here. Well, you do, Fire Drake. Let's come on, be honest. You do kind of look like somebody that would do that, but do it in liquid form. Make it into extraction, right? It wasn't. Oh, hey, Skull. That wasn't a biker. That was a car. That was a. It's the really special model of the. It's not the Camaro, but the other one. And they just put this really stupid engine in it, and it goes like 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. It's like as fast as the electric cars because the engine is so gigantic. Oh yeah. What's the? I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's not a Camaro. It's the other one. It's usually a four door. It's a 4 door, I believe. And they just put this hulk of an engine in it. What the hell is the name of it? And every time you see a video of them, they're just spinning around doing. They're just doing. They'll go into an 8-lane intersection. So like in those small towns, they'll go in an intersection where it's 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, right? So it's 8 lanes, and they'll just be like just fucking, and then just rip ass and run into something most of the time. They're running into something most of the time. They'll hit the curb or hit another car or hit a human or something. But when they don't, it's pretty awesome to watch. It's not a Chevy. What the fuck is the name of it? Well, Australia's capital, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't think Australia should have the capital. I think New Orleans should be the capital of the entire planet, honestly. If you guys want to learn how to do something and calm the fuck down and stop telling people how to live, it's pretty much a decent place. I rule Australia from now on. How's that? I am the king of Australia. Yeah, the running into something is a given because the people driving it tend to be the kind of people that would run into something. But the cars tend to be $60,000 to $100,000 a piece. So they I don't know how they're getting them. I mean, I could take my guesses. Oh, they could decide? Well, ask them to throw Zen on the referendum to see if I can. I'll do it. I'll figure it out. I'll do better than whatever the fuck they're doing. Because shit is fucked upside down, sideways, in reverse. I could probably fix that. I can learn how to reverse engineer economies and buildings and technology pretty quickly. Dude, just give me all of Australia and I could fix it. Yeah, Firejack though, I'm. You know where I sit on the technocratic and tool makers and the aboriginal earth dwellers. I sit in the middle. I love being outside. I love being part of the rain and earth and all this. But at the same time, have you ever been on have you ever been in a fast car? Have you ever, you, to create any technology, you have to, there has to be some shit out the back. Like I'm not 100% good on the technological revolution that everything goes to. Everyone's wearing, goggles, living in some virtual reality bullshit, and touching buttons at the grocery store and having to show you a thing and bullshit. But it's also bullshit to suggest that people should go back to just sitting here crapping on the floor, eating shit off the earth, as if the things that we're not building with tools and technology are not earth-based, because they must have been, because how else would you build them? So alchemy exists, and technology and tools exist because we've decided, like, hey, wouldn't it be better if I made a backpack to carry the things to where I'm going? You don't want to just carry them around in your hands. You'd look like a goofball. So wouldn't it be better if I turned this orange into, when, you know what I'm saying? So I can't speak for everything needs to go back to Aboriginal. I don't agree with it, but I don't think technocrats should either. There should be some sort of happy medium and bonding, a triangulation between what that culture looks like. I think it's the difference that Aboriginals have no idea about technology, and technologically advanced tool-making people have no origination point for why they have their ideas. They don't know what it takes to get the elements out of the earth to build what they want. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're so disassociated from nature that they have no respect for it. Yet the people that live in nature, that are shitting here and doing this, they're still building tools. They just haven't technologically advanced themselves to the point of understanding what this thing is doing, what it could be doing. So I think there needs to be a meeting of those two cultures to find whatever it is that is, there's not just a wall between them, that there's got to be some people that live in the major arena of the city and this is what they want, and there's people that live on the outskirts, and the people that live in the middle can kind of find their way through. I think it's kind of always worked that way without any regulations on it, but understanding it and qualifying how that would be done, that's another chore. It's like, do you want to build a house because you think 2x4s are the best thing, or you want to build a house out of donkey shit? I mean, there's another way, but no one will try a third direction. Anyways, hey, you guys got to join me this way, because I want somewhere to sit down, because the sun is starting to give my screen a glare, and I'll answer your queries, qualms, questions, and otherwise in a second. And I do have to plug my phone in, so hopefully I have charge left on this thing. So uno momento. And by that I mean, maybe we get some music too. Maybe it's not a wedding, or maybe it's a wedding that I can crash a little bit. I can semi-crash this wedding, or I can go home and put a suit on. If I put a suit on, I can definitely crash this shit. I look good with a suit on. You've never seen it before. I look like I don't know, like a fucking weirdo with a suit on, I guess. That's about it. Hold on. We have to find a little place to block out the sun. I can sit comfortably and charge my phone. Here, hold on. I'll be right back to your comments and shit in a second. Oops. There we go. All right, we're going back across this intersection. Uh-oh. Think I found a place to play. Oh, here's some beautiful flowers.
It's a road right there.
Okay. We're almost somewhere I can sit down. Oh shit, we could sit down over there, I guess. But I think this will work better. Perfect. Let's try this out. Let's do this. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Alright, goof tarts. Gotta give me a second, because I gotta plug my phone in. Because I made a mistake and I turned up the volume on my color earlier. And what did that do? It ate up my battery. Right after I said how good my phone was doing. When did all that? Okay, let me get through your comments here. Where do we leave off? Did we leave off at ass eggs or something? I gotta see. All right, so I'm just gonna go right to the end. If there's anything that you said that was important earlier, repeat it, because I really can't see this right now. I don't think we're the highest technology in the universe, Fire Drake. That already happened and got broke. It was like you let one of your kids play with a really fancy thing and then you couldn't figure out how to fix it. Were we superheroes? I mean, yeah, without question. I mean, everybody had larger capacities to do shit. I mean, I would assume it to be like the way my dreams are, which I can do just about anything I want. Oh wait, can you guys hear the music? Oh, of course, Fire Jake, for being the portal. Okay, so I think we can let's go listen to this music, because I don't think I'm out of place quite yet. It might just be a it might be a practice run for tomorrow, because I don't think they would do a wedding this late unless they have lighting over here. We'll see. We'll find out, because I can sit in the front of this place, no problem. There's no like roped off shit. At least you can listen to some music. You guys ready for this? I think I'm gonna, what smells like fried food. So I'm gonna sit out front here until somebody tells me I cannot. Let's see how it works. Cool. Cool. All right, yeah. So we're gonna thieve some music. Get out of my face, weirdos. You're all over my shit right there. Okay, this is right. Let's drink something. That's how, yeah. Could be a whole thing. What I might do in a second is I have to go get some mixer because I'm not gonna drink this straight. You know, tore up over here. Maybe I do this side. This will work better. Oh, just remind me if you want to go into this shit deeper on another show, because my phone is really like I got 20% charge, and I had to turn it on a little more so I could see what y'all saying. I'm trying to think of where I could plug this phone in that will have. I wonder what's gonna use it. But I gotta find somewhere to plug this in where I'm not gonna be. Oh, so many ducks. I'm not gonna be bothered by the sunlight. I can't see you guys right now so good. Y'all, I might have to just say goodbye for now, because this charger is not giving me any juice anymore, and I cannot turn the battery up because this is gonna die any minute. So here's what I'll offer you. Thanks for coming by and talking about eggs in the butt. Hope you enjoyed. And as always, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, if you want to help me out so I can make sure this is on, feel free. It's in the description box, and I appreciate it, obviously. I will try to get back on here a little later. I have to go charge the phone, though. And I did not bring my charger. I brought this charger, and this is not working. I need a new to-go charger. So that's empty. So I'm going to get out of here and grab a mixer for my beer. But it's good to see everybody, and I can't really see your comments. There's too much light here, and blah, blah, blah. Stay really weird, stay cool, be funky, be fresh. And remember, take care of yourself first, because it's your story. Enjoy yourself. And if you can, help out your friends and neighbors, and especially the people that need it the most. I will talk to you guys very soon. Fucking, Lord God, motherfuckers. Good to see y'all.